Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the player ratings for Everton 2, Leicester City 2. Leicester City win 4-2 on penalties. Everton out the Carabao Cup. Very strange game. Leicester very much in control with two quick goals in the first half. Everton went into the second half. I don't think anyone around the ground felt like anything really was going to happen. Some subs, a change of shape, and Everton suddenly found themselves back in the game through Tom Davis, and a Leighton Baines screamer got us to penalties, which unfortunately Everton lost. Great fight back at the end, as I said. Leicester probably took the foot off the gas a little bit and didn't allow us, allowed us to get back into the game, and we took that opportunity. So that's fantastic from that point of view. Yeah, just a very weird sort of game, because for an hour we just weren't in it. But a change of shape. Leicester City, obviously, they play with, 5 in midfield and Vardy up front and 2 number 10s, and we couldn't really get near them in midfield, really. They outnumbered us. We looked very sluggish, we looked tired, we looked way off the pace, and ultimately that led to them scoring the goal, and then a really poor set-piece goal. And but as I said, we got ourselves back into it, and it's just typical Everton. Our new motto should be that it's the hope that kills you, really, isn't it? So yeah, massively disappointed, but also in circumstances you can understand why. You look at the team, you look at who we haven't got available, you look at the effort they've put in the last 2 games, and you can appreciate why players are struggling or struggled tonight. Difficult play, 2 second choice full-backs, centre defender and centre midfield. Young lads, players coming back from injuries. There's a real mix at the moment, and I think what they did was they had belief that they could come back, and that isn't always there for Everton. It's not always there. When we go 2-0 down, we don't always feel, whether it be the fans or the players, that we can come back, and we did tonight. But in typical Everton fashion, we go out on pens. So disappointing. Player ratings. Jordan Pickford, I'll give a 6. Made 1 really good save at 2-0. Obviously made a penalty save. Some of his kicking was a little bit off tonight. And also, he needs to start coming off his line and being higher up at his box to deal with threats over the top. Because he's got into this thing now where I don't know whether it's because of what happened at Anfield, but that was the cause of why that happened at Anfield. He needs to get on the edge of his box if we're pushing forward. So I've given him a 6. Seamus Coleman, I'm going to give a 6 as well. Let's be honest, his legs aren't there anymore. He can't take anyone on or destroy them for pace. I think we've seen that when he tried to have a foot race with Jamie Vardy and got destroyed. Jamie Vardy played a lovely little back heel, and I think was it Madison at the bar from that. But still got that leadership, still got that experience, still a good defender. Just can't really put it in at the other end anymore. So yeah, that's just the way it is. On the other side, Leighton Baines, I'll give a 7.5. His goal was absolutely magnificent. Of course, he missed a penalty. I mean, why wouldn't he? He's only a brilliant penalty taker, and sod's law, he put it in the same, put it in the same place Shank Tosin did, essentially. But again, his legs are not there, but he's still an experienced player and knows how to deal with the opposition. So I thought he did well tonight, and his goal was just incredible, and it was a mad scenes all over the ground. Centre defence, Michael Keane. I think Vardy just attached himself to him tonight, and Vardy knew every time that ball went over the top. And let's be honest, anyone with a bit of pace, you put the ball over Michael Keane, he's lost. He's absolutely lost. He doesn't really have a clue. He's a confidence player, and once you can sort of get under his skin, I think it really affects him. He did get better in the second half, and he was better on the ball. But ultimately, for me, he's not good enough. He's not good enough as an Everton centre back, and he's definitely the one, I think needs replacing. So I'll give him 5.5. Yerry Mina next to him I thought was a little bit better, a little bit more composed. Should have done better at opportunities to score. Certainly one in the first half, and one sort of zip past his head in the second half. Probably should have took a pen. If anyone's seen his pen in the Copa America, he probably should have took one. So I'll give him 6. Midfield, Mason Holgate, I thought Struggled in the first half, but when we changed the shape for the second half, played a lot better, looked a lot more comfortable. First half was giving the ball away too much, trying to be too clever, but we didn't have the men in there, so they overran us. Second half, we had a bit more men in there, and defensively they dealt with the ball, and also got that little bit of touch of class to move the ball out. So I'll give him 6.5. Took his pen well as well. Tom Davis scored a good goal. Struggled massively in the first half. Leg looked like jelly. Everything he hit was just bouncing one way or another. Put us in trouble a couple of times. But second half, did come back into it. Second half was a lot better. So I'll give him a 6. And again, just fought to the end, really. Bernard, disappointing, got took off at half time. Probably deservedly so. I think in games sometimes, if you're going to pick a sub just because of his stature, it's a lot easier to pick him. I don't think he's fully fit. I don't think he's properly got back properly since his injury. I don't know if he's fit enough anyway. Right decision to take him off, so I'll give him a 5. Didn't really do anything, to be honest. Wobie on the side, Wobie was terrible, like absolutely terrible. And I don't think he's played well in the last couple of games, but I think his work off the ball has allowed us to have good shape. I just thought tonight he was terrible, really, really terrible. And he's getting 2 because he was just terrible, and he got hooked, which was the right decision. He went more central second half, and again, he was a little bit better, but again, I don't know how fit he is or what his levels are, but no, he was poor tonight, very, very poor. And he's so up and down, it's unbelievable. So up and down. I think this is the problem Arsenal fans had with him. He can have really good games, and then he's just terrible. And you can't have that in a footballer. You need to have consistency. You've got to be steady to be a good footballer. Maybe some better coaching. We'll wait and see. Up front, Richarlison worked really hard, but without really getting on the end of anything. Him and Dom both worked really, really hard to get the rest of the team sort of in the game, especially from the long balls. But it was difficult for him again, probably run on a little bit of empty, but we'll work for everything. Got subbed in the end because I just thought he was gassed. I did notice when he got subbed that, Duncan Ferguson didn't go over and give him a big hug or anything. He just went and sat down, because that's what happens when you're a sub. You just go off and you've done your job and you just sit down. And there doesn't need to be a big pantomime where anyone gets big hugs and stuff, because that's nonsense, absolute nonsense. That apparently the media need to find explanations for everything that goes on in football. Dominic Calvert-Lewin again worked. Sorry, did I give Richarlison a score there? I don't think I did I? Richarlison, 6.5. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, 7. I thought he worked his bollocks off. I thought up front and on the left really worked hard, but without ever being a threat. I think he had one header that he put over. It was a good opportunity. Actually, just never got over the ball from a good Moise Kean ball. But works tremendously hard. This kid probably does keep himself massively fit. You can see that, and knows that it's all about keeping fit to get those chances and make sure. But again, you can excuse the kid for being a bit tired or whatever, or not being his sharpest after the last couple of performances he's put in. And then in the second half, when he moved more to the left, did a job for the benefit of the team more than anything. So give him a 7. The subs, Moise Kean obviously come on at half time for Bernard. No drama, just come on. Tried. It didn't really work. As I said, he had one really good cross, had a couple of shots, but nothing really. He just hasn't sort of settled into the Premier League as such yet. Hasn't really put his identity on it, which has been difficult because he hasn't had many chances. So I'll give him a 6. And that might be being generous. I'd like to have seen. I just wonder whether he was like on the last penalty, to be the hero. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, I'll give him a 6. But again, as I said, no dramas. He came on and played, and that was it. All this nonsense from Sunday. Oh, there's this is what winds me up. Everything's a drama in football instead of going, you know what, young lad, plays football, got took off, that's the end of it. There's a game in 3 days, he'll probably get a chance, and he did. And that's it. Drama over. And Cenk Tosun, I thought, didn't really do anything when he came on and then missed the penalty where he basically allowed the goalie to dive first and yet still put it in that corner. So he can get a 4. Yeah. And young Anthony Gordon come on as well, made his debut, which is fantastic for him. Couldn't really get into the game. You can see the levels physically. Tried to take them on a couple of times, never really had any joy. He did get back and make a couple of tackles, which was good, and I'll give him a 6. But good that he got his chance, and it's good that Duncan brought him on. There's a couple of young lads on the bench tonight. Good that he gave him a go, and listen, you don't expect him. He's not one of those players that'll come on and be like Wayne Rooney and do something. It'll take him time, just physically more than anything, because the Premier League is such a physical league. And you have to look at Moise Keane. I mean, he looks like a big, strong lad, and yeah, he's struggled. So for a kid to come from the under-23s, it's going to take a lot. He's got to settle into it and get the fitness. The fitness is the most important thing. Make a couple of runs and they look knackered. So yeah, that's they're my player ratings. Let me know what you thought, or whether you agree, you disagree. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to check out my match reaction from the Gladys seat, Baz's match reaction, and his 3 things from today. Click the bell for alerts so you know exactly when the videos come out. That's obviously after you've subscribed, if you haven't already. And if you want more great videos, join us over on Patreon. We'll be live tomorrow on Patreon discussing this game. And if you want to join us, get over there. Thanks for watching. See you later.